Hey, what is up, everyone? It's Rich. All right, welcome to a video. I'm actually getting ready for Comic-Con, and I had a big stack of original art out, and I thought that I would just go through it, and we could look at art and just kind of chit-chat, and it would be an opportunity for me to at least touch bases with everyone before I split for the show. So this is just I like uh, work that I did probably the last like 5 years of my inking career. So it's like Victor Bogdanovic, some Ryan Benjamin. I can't remember all what is in here, but Victor is got some really great stuff. I figured I'd show off a little bit of the inks on this stuff. Vic is good. If you've never seen Victor Bogdanovic's art, he I don't remember. I think we started together on Batman Arkham Knight, and so we worked on Batman Arkham Knight for I don't know, maybe like 7, 8 months, and then we went to Suicide Squad Most Wanted. This is a Ryan Benjamin cover, so this was interesting. So this is a milestone. It was called Army Love, not Army of Love or Love Army. And this was a book that never ended up getting published, but Ryan was going to do a book for like they were going to relaunch Milestone. So this was actually the cover, and it's actually been colored. You can find it online in color. It's a really nice piece actually. This little texture and stuff like that. Ryan's a lot of fun ink. This is a Odyssey of the Amazons cover. So Odyssey of the Amazons was I'm not 100% sure if it would be considered like a Wonder Woman book. They kind of labeled it as that. Wonder Woman was never in it, but it was sort of like what would you call it? Like I think it took place on like the island, the Amazonian island kind of deal. But yeah, I'm taking a pretty decent chunk of art and then some prints. I really I'm just phasing out prints. I didn't make any new prints of like David Finch's stuff and all that stuff. What I have left is what I'm going to sell, and then it's gone. Anything that's left over, I will throw up on eBay, and I'll let people know if they're interested in getting them. But I'm not doing those prints anymore. So um, I didn't even want to go there in terms of like making more for the show. It was like kind of had said that when I started working on Blaster Kid, really that was all I was going to be promoting, and there's a little bit of a transition period, sort of going from such a big body of work at Wildstorm and DC to doing your own book. So it's not as easy as just like I can't just put all this stuff on ice because it's kind of what helps me pay the bills and actually be able to get Blaster Kid done. So let me do this. I'm gonna we'll look at this page, and then I need to shift the art because I've got it. It's gonna start falling. You can't see it, but behind this, the pieces are starting to fall. Some really cool inks on this stuff. Ryan was fun ink because Ryan draws in a very big, like chunky style, and it's like you can really like throw like thick croquo lines and fun brush lines, and he likes a lot of texture and so it really was nice. Let me I'm gonna shift these. Actually, let me pause this for 1 sec. Okay, I think this will work. Yeah, I was getting too many pages on this one stack, and they're kind of balanced on this thing. So this is really cool. It's like if this was Batman's face, you could sell this page in a second, but because it's some creepy old dude, it's like um, makes it more challenging. But I love the inking textures and stuff that I got here. Really fun stuff. Some nice speed lines and splattery stuff. It's always interesting. Like for me, I've never been really super comfortable dismantling other people's art. That way, some nice inks on this too. What I mean is by putting a lot of like gritty texture and splatter and stuff like that, you really feel like you're like steamrolling the pencils. This is nice art. So this is a very underappreciated series. Jim Lee started the book, and Ryan and I were brought in almost immediately to help him out. But it was called The Immortal Men. By DC, but they had really kind of cool character designs. This character kind of reminds me of like Grifter and Deadpool sort of rolled together, but they're super badass designs. And by issue 3, Ryan and I were doing like some pretty fun pages for the series, and I don't know what ultimately ended up happening for it, but some really cool stuff, honestly. This is... I can't remember what book this is. Could be Super Sons. I'll kind of go fast through some of these. Yeah, this is Super Sons. It looked like a B. The S on the other page looked a little bit like a B. Ryan would get some pretty fun gigs, so it was always interesting inking him, because just out of the blue, he'd be like, "Oh, hey, do you want to ink, like, 12 pages of Teen Titans or something like that?" And I always enjoyed working with him, so it's fun. This is a really nice Victor Bogdanovic page. Vic has like a heavy kind of Greg Capullo influence in his stuff, but man, when Vic hits it, like, and really like nails like his drawings, man, it's some cool shit. I kind of think he's a little underappreciated. I mean, he's done some really, really cool gigs, but he is really, really good, and he's still very early in his career. But I love the texture and stuff that I got on this. The kind of more chunky, sort of cartoony stuff, but then a little bit more of that fun detail. These pages that you're looking at right now, I literally did not know that I still had them, and I went through a portfolio and I found like I don't know, it was like 10 to 15 pages of original art that I didn't know that I had still. So it was a nice surprise, because I always really like this page. It's Deadshot going home to see his parents, and basically kind of seek revenge on them, or this old couple. It's pretty crazy. Again, some really cool stuff. I was really like doing this texture stuff. Vic was good to work with because he was really picky, and so you really, really had to be on your toes when you inked him, because he'd catch any little anomaly that was not kind of what he was either thinking or hoping that you would do. So you really, really had to be on it, because if not, he would definitely point it out. This is more Immortal Man stuff. But this character is cool. Like I said, he's got a little bit of like a grifter vibe, and then a little tiny bit of maybe like a Deadpool sort of thing. I mean, these comic companies are definitely not above copying each other's characters. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of been going on through the history of comics, where it's like, Marvel has their version of this character, and then DC has their version, and some pretty fun inks, the brushy stuff in there. This is some more Immortal Men. Cool monsters, too. These kind of look like Daemonites. Really cool. Look at that, man. Ryan is so good at these kind of shots. Like, he really knows how to pack a punch. These are badass pages, man. Okay, some kind of fun inking in there. Oh yeah, this guy's cool. I'd done an inking demo at one point of, I don't know if it was this actual page. I definitely have inked this character a couple of times, so I don't know if I did it as a demo for Patreon or something like that, but it always had like a good it felt like a good example of how to maybe get like some fur textures but still have quilly kind of stuff going on. You can see the lines aren't flat. There's a lot of like thick and thin and bounce and stuff on them. So it's like, even with something like this, it's like you really want to keep it dynamic. This guy's cool too. He was a little like Queelock from Gen 13. And then this guy's shooting some magic bullets at one of these Daemonite things. Look. All right. Oh, this is a nice Victor page. So check this out. I love pages in the rain. And this we actually got like a little crazy with the textures. It's like a little smoky, kind of steamy looking stuff. But we had a whole sequence where these dudes were like fighting in the rain. Like, one guy sort of hunts the other guy down, then they fight up on this almost like lighthouse sort of watchtower thing. It's pretty badass. I think I did these textures with oh, what's it called? Like an ebony pencil type thing, almost like a Prismacolor type pencil, like in black. Oh, this is so good. Look at this shit. This is what I'm saying, man. Victor's legit. There was kind of like two dead shots, and they're like fighting it out. This is pretty cool. Oh yeah, this is the other like writing page. I love this. He was using it as like a decoy, and this panel is really cool with the white silhouette. Him climbing up on the back. About to cause some mischief with this dude. And here's this. There's another one in the rain. Yeah, these rain effects are always really, really cool. I think it's probably a lot of fun to color stuff like this too, because it's just so like so much atmosphere, and you can kind of get like sort of a little crazy with it. So it's kind of fun. It's sort of fun for everyone. Let it rip a little. But yeah, Comic-Con starts tonight. I'm not going until tomorrow morning, but I'll be there all day Thursday, all day Friday, and then all day Sunday. Oh, this is cool. This is nice. Again, Victor Bogdanovic. Been doing a Joe Madureira inking demo on Patreon. So if you're a fan of Joe Madureira, I'll have a link to my Patreon. You may want to check it out. It's going to be a multi-part thing, but it's a double-page spread of Battle Chasers that with a bunch of characters on it. It's like something he did more recently, and I'm going to kind of work through the whole piece and sort of use it as examples of different inking techniques and stuff like that. So there's right now there's about an hour of it up. And on my Patreon there's about 170 inking videos, maybe more, and then there's probably 400 penciling videos. So tons of shit to check out. And then on top of it probably 200 or 300 book reviews and that kind of stuff. My Patreon is dense. This is kind of cool. Oh, some damn Frege. So we worked on He-Man Masters of the Multiverse together. This is a Skeletor page. See, look at Skeletor. He's having a bad day. Yeah, it was fun. This was the first comic that Dan had drawn, I think he said in either 12 or 16 years, something like that. It had been a long time. So he came back with the ferocity. This was a trippy book. I was just getting into like He-Man. I never had followed it when it was originally coming out, and so I had bought the book. I have it on my. It's one of my favorite books that I own. It's the Art of He-Man Masters of the Universe. Oh my god, by Dark Horse. I would so recommend that book. It is amazing. But yeah, I don't really know the characters and all that stuff very good. But they're really fun designs. This was kind of cool down here. This is a really really nice drawing. It was fun to ink some kind of cool. And then this was kind of neat too. This is like some creepy face. It always reminds me of like not that it looks like Bernie Wrightson, but like the just this had that kind of EC horror vibe a little bit. And Dan actually drew this stuff digitally. It was penciled digitally, and so the only originals are the inks, in terms of like it actually being on paper. Some funny stuff. These are nice, man. Really, really good drawings. All right, let's see what else we got here. Okay, we'll move a little faster as we got a ton of art. Actually, let me pause this for 1 second. I want to move things. All right, here's a big gun. So this is a Doug Mankey with my inks, double page spread from Justice League. This shit's pretty insane. Yeah, it was interesting having an inking career and how many different people I worked with, and then how many different styles I worked in. It's like, it's pretty crazy. But that's the job. Although, I mean, there are definitely some inkers that work with one penciler for a long time. It's never really, I had some runs, but not like, not over, I don't think, 4 or 5 years. This is a really nice Victor Bogdanovic page. This is from Batman and Arkham Knight. Sorry, there's a dog barking outside. Oh, that actually is cool. Oh, yeah, let's look at that. There's quite a few different inking techniques in that one little area. It's a pretty dense little narrow panel with those eyes and then all that crazy shit. This is pretty cool too. It's fun when enough time goes by and you actually go back and like look at this stuff. It's kind of interesting to see. Sometimes when you first have done it, or even like a year or two afterwards, you're still too close to it. But if enough time goes by, shooting a video and stuff like this actually kind of removes it too. It's an interesting thing where like even me going and looking through this pile of stuff won't be as enjoyable or as interesting to me as watching the video back, as weird as that sounds. But it's just different. This is nice. This is a big fight scene between Bane and Batman. Batman gets chucked. And then Bane's like running here. This is such a great panel, though. This is awesome. I was so close to getting the Prime 1 Arkham Knight statue. I really wanted it so bad. And, oh man, it was like, I knew it would be huge, and I knew I didn't really have the room for it. So I ended up passing. I'm kind of glad I did, but man, I wanted it. Those statues kill me. That's probably my favorite thing to see at Comic-Con is to go to Sideshow and see all the cool stuff that they have. Oh my God, it drives me crazy. My house and my office just are not statue friendly. There's no way. But I like watching YouTube videos of people that have them and show them off. This is nice and slick. Looks cool. Oh yeah, this is cool. This is what I was talking about. God, it was in a recent video. Was it, what did I look at? I was talking about, it was in the Greg Capullo video. There was some water or bubbly stuff, and I said it's always really fun to ink, and it can be time consuming, but it always has such a fun look. But this is like kind of one of those situations where, yeah, just being able to do something underwater is always really neat. You can play with light and splatter and all kinds of fun things, but they're kind of flying like the bat plane. This is from New Superman. That's a really cool page. I've always liked this page a lot, honestly. It's funny because there's some pages. I mean, generally speaking, I sell some of the art that I do, and some I keep. But yeah, some real nice pages. It's tough to let go. You know, they're just so badass that you're like, oh man, I kind of want to keep it. Then others, I'm just like, it's fine. So it's one of the first pieces that I inked of Victor. It may have been the first or second, actually. And who knows what I was inking before this. That's the funny thing is I'd have to shift gears so much because I'd be like inking, you know, whatever, just something. And all of a sudden out of the blue, they'd be like, can you ink this person? And I'm like, oh man, sounds fun, but man, it's like a completely different style. Like it might have been John Romita Jr. I didn't ink him for a long time, but I did ink him for a few months. Even that, going into that, was just completely different than anything else that I had worked on or was working on. But okay, I'm going to do like one more and then I'm going to wrap this up because we're over 20 minutes and my phone will cut out here in a second. But think of this as a fancier open that book. Oh, this is a great panel. This is such a cool for top panel too. I love this. The guy with the silhouette, like holding the gun, is so badass. Like the scientist or something. He gets zapped. Dead shot. And then this is just killer. And I like this too. All right, let's peek at one more. Oh yeah. This is a nice scarecrow. This is kind of fun. It's got all the characters like on this board. Arkham Knight. Oh yeah. Poop. Beep. All right. Oh, one more. What do we got? Arkham Knight. And some Ed Bennis. We'll look at a couple Ed Bennis. This is going to be a big stack of Ed Bennis. Ed Bennis I definitely did after. This is pretty cool. This was nice. This was Teen Titans, I think. I don't remember. Some pencilers don't write on the board what the book is, and then you're like later you're like, oh man, I wish you would have put it. All right, we'll end it on this. This is nice. Ed is definitely famous for drawing pretty girls. But yeah, lots of art. I'm taking probably about 100 pages. Oh, this is so brutal. And then I'll have some prints. And really, I'm just going to hang out, keeping it a little bit low-key, casual, have some fun, and just see people. So hopefully make some money. Throw it towards Blaster Kid. What's up with that, yo? Okay, let's Poison Ivy from Ryan Benjamin. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. And come see me in Artist Alley if you're going to San Diego Comic-Con. I'll be at table CC22. I normally sit next to Alex Sinclair, Scott Williams, and Joel Gomez. And last couple years, David Mack has been with us. So he's real nice. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.